the sun goes down, drink a bottle then fall on down. Wake me up in the middle of the night, I'm thinking that I might just sleep outside. It's hard to learn, it's hard to say no. Well, yes, it's hard to learn, it's hard to say no. I left the city for a country town, it keeps me traveling around and round.
Welcome to Perth Music Army Patrol. I'm your host, Sophia Marie, and today we're doing a cozy home special edition of my show, and I'm sitting down with Hadyn Ward. Thanks for joining me, Hadyn. How are you?
Oh, good.
Jeez, it's been like 2 years since I've seen you.
Yes.
What have you been up to?
Oh, 2 years, yeah. I've been out of town, just in the country towns, really. Yeah, just been loving it.
Doing what? Like, you know?
It's just music, really. Just freelancing music.
So why did you leave Perth to go down there then?
Originally I was only supposed to go to Albany to just see family and friends and play a few gigs and maybe, last maybe 3 or 4 weeks doing that, but it ended up turning into pretty much 2.5 years of just playing pub gigs in the country towns.
Okay. And how was the reception back at home in Albany when you were playing there?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was only a handful of venues down there, so once you play most of those venues, you pretty much tick that box and you're ready to keep the momentum going and just head off to another town and keep playing as many towns as you can and as many pubs as you can.
So you're originally from Albany, so what brought you up to Perth then?
I moved to Albany to Perth when I was 16, 17.
Okay.
So I came up to play bass guitar in a band, but we never really played much music. We ended up just going to the hippie club 2 or 3 nights a week. So. But that was the reason that got me to Perth in the first place, and then just started playing music sort of casually in Perth, and then formed the band Feldspar for 5 years. Took a couple of years off, and then started doing the solo thing, and just ended up in Albany playing, and I loved it so much that I just wanted to keep going and see how far I could go with it. So
you've been all over the place down south. What was the highlight of your gigging experience down there?
Lots of highlights, lots of good nights. There was lots of gigs happening. There's probably on average between 3 and 5 gigs a week. So there was lots of good times, lots of good memories. But I'd say playing at the Civic Centre supporting Caravan of Sun was probably our most fun gig in Esperance.
Yeah.
That was on grand final day of, not last year, the year before. Mm-hmm. So that was our biggest, with the full band. So that was a bit of a buzz. Caravan of Sun, an awesome band, so it was great to be opening up for them. That was probably the highlight.
Cool. And then you also said you spent 18 months in Kalgoorlie. Why?
Good question.
What is it about Kalgoorlie that made you stay there and gig so much? I mean,
yeah, good question. I went up there originally from Esperance for one night only, just to drive a mate up there who wanted to lift up there. So I've driven up there, decided to stay I think for 2 nights, and I think I did a little bit of busking in town there. I found the first time I'd ever done some busking. I found that I was making more from busking than I was in the pubs.
Okay.
So that kept me in Kalgoorlie for a couple extra weeks, and then I cracked into the pub scene there, and I got really attached to the town. It's a crazy town, but it's so much fun, and the people are really they're a different type of character up there. They work hard, they drink hard, there's always a smile on people's faces because they're either working hard where you don't see them, or when you see them when they finish working and they've done a big 12-hour day, 13-hour day, so they're always in good spirits, and so I think that reflected the music.
Different type of people than it would be in the city here, right?
Definitely.
So they're more laid back,
Yeah, they're hard workers, so it's a hard working town, and the people you play to...
they appreciate your music, they appreciate music a bit more.
They do, yeah. I mean, you bring a little bit of the city to the country, but being a town like Kalgoorlie, you adapt to the town pretty quickly, give the people what they want to hear. And keep them happy, and it seemed to work for 18 months.
Cool. So you've got a new album, the Good Folk, Bad Folk album. Tell me about the album. I see there's Johnny No Cash, which you performed that 2 years ago on my show before. So it made the cut on the album, yeah?
Yeah, we thought I'd throw it right down the bottom of the CD, so it was kind of like, I didn't want to get rid of it altogether, but I thought I'd just throw it.
I thought it was a really cool tune, actually. You know, because didn't that actually describe kind of the struggles of being a musician?
It gets taken a lot of different ways. It's when you're playing it live, it's more of a comedy song, I suppose. It's more of a light-hearted sort of song, and but it's really just a reflection of my days living in Fremantle.
Okay.
And it's actually about an old friend of mine, would you believe, that started as a poem and ended up being a song. You know, it was a little piss take towards your old mate that, you know, stays on your couch for however many months to come over and have a jam with you on the weekend and drink all your beers, and basically just hangs around like a bad smell. But he was still our good friend. You know, he was one of those guys that.
This guy doesn't know that you've written this, right?
No. There was a couple of hints, but I could never do that to him. So I've just kept it undercover. But when I play it in Fremantle and towns like that, it's more of a reflection of just your common man.
Yeah.
That's beating around the town day to day.
So it's the full album. You've got 9 tracks on there. I had a listen to it online, and I really was impressed. I was expecting to hear just vocals and guitar, and I was blown away. I was blown away at the huge sound that you've created. How did you get that? I mean, who backed you? I mean, did you even know what sound you were going to have when you recorded it?
No, not really. I suppose because they were from the last couple of years, these songs, I had a curiosity about them that I didn't want to get rid of them, but at the same time, I was ready to start a new chapter of songwriting, so I decided to pretty much record all of these songs on one album and get the songs to their sort of full potential by bringing in other instruments and.
So who produced it for you then?
This is Peter Renzullo from Scudley Records.
He's done a wonderful job.
In Bassendean, yeah, he was sensational to work with. He was just such a.
Did he play some of the instruments on it as
did.
well?
Yeah, he done the piano, he done the drums, the bass guitar.
Yeah.
So he really contributed to the songs and took it to another level.
He did an awesome job. I'm really impressed. I think the song that's really stuck with me is Hard to Learn. That's so catchy. It really is. It's really upbeat and it's catchy. What is that song really about? I mean,
it's pretty straight to the point. It's a song about maybe drinking a little bit too much beer in Kalgoorlie.
Like we all do.
And then, you know, maybe 3 to 4 times a week, if you're playing 3 to 4 pub gigs a week, you might accidentally find yourself with 3 or 4 hangovers a week. Living the Kalgoorlie dream. So that song was more or less written. It sort of kept the outback scene of Kalgoorlie there with a slide guitar, sort of give it that sort of sunny feel. But the song itself was written about not learning from the night before, doing it all again the next night. So it's something that I never really.
So what would you consider, because I know that you're looking at expanding on the radio airplay. I know that RTR has taken you up. Something about ABC, is that right?
Yep.
What singles are you going to try to push?
It sort of fits between sort of commercial and alternative, so it doesn't really fit into one particular station. It doesn't really fit the Triple J genre. It doesn't really fit. Well, it can a little bit.
It's a singer-songwriter. It's like indie.
Yeah,
it's indie folk, I think.
Yeah.
Which there's a lot of potential for that because it's actually quite a demanding genre at the moment. But what song would you pick as being the hit single off this one?
Most of the people I talk to seem to still enjoy Johnny No Cash, but I think it sort of it doesn't really fit the personal side of the CD, where the CD is quite a personal journey.
What is it about anyways, the whole CD?
The whole CD? It's more, the album name.
The whole album as a whole, what is it about?
The concept of the title is more my perception of people I've encountered during life, but also playing gigs in country towns and in the city.
Yeah.
you really get a good look at the different types of people out there. And I think nowadays compared to 10 years ago, people are a lot different on face value. Sometimes the bad folk that you think of the bad folks are actually the good people, and vice versa. It's very hard to tell nowadays. And I've encountered a lot of people that have possibly been a little rough around the edges, but have been your most supportive supporters. So
probably because they can't trust people, they've been hurt too much, or they're just really jaded and you just can't trust people.
Yeah.
It's really hard to trust people these days. Yeah, I mean, I think life has changed a lot in the last 20 years, really.
Yeah.
So, let's just have a look at my next question. Okay, so you're going on tour next year for 3 months. That's a big tour. How are people going to be able to find out when you're in their area? Are you posting events on Facebook? Can people follow you that way? And
it's all going to be pretty much posted up within 2 weeks. So at this stage, I'm aiming towards Bunbury as my first stop. Bustleton.
You heard that, Bunbury.
See you there. And Bustleton, obviously. Margaret River would likely be a little booked out for what I'm doing at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just see what happens in Margaret River.
Yep.
But Dunsborough as well, and and then probably back to Albany for I think in March.
Yep.
So going to knock out that sort of area and get the CD out there, and maybe take a drummer with me here and there and do a few different types of shows, a few different styles.
Are you going to use any backing tracks at all, or are you just going to do kind of give them a taste of what the album?
Yeah, I think I must be the only one that's not using a loop pedal nowadays, but I've got that on the things to do list. But there's going to be a lot of solo stuff there, but with a stomp box. So a stomp box and a guitar and a lot of open tunings and slide guitar, and that sort of shows what I'm going to kick off with, and then see how I go from there. If I bring on a drummer, maybe a keyboard, so be it. But if not, I'm going to give them a one-man show for as long as I can.
Cool. So with the tour expected in 2017, what else can people expect from you next year?
Looking to play a few in the city.
Okay.
Because I think after doing the country for, I've lost track actually, I think it's 2.5 years, something like that. Feels like about 20 years, but 2.5 years of the country lifestyle, I think I'm pretty much ready to hit the city now and see how I go in the city, and it'll bring me that little more professionalism to be able to play in the city and get it out there and test it out.
Would you put a backing band together here?
Certainly, yeah. I've certainly got some old friends still in the city, in Kalgoorlie and Albany and that, who I class as good friends, but session musicians as well. So it all just depends on what comes along and what's required.
I think it would be great to see you with the backing band.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
It would just, I was listening to it going, this is like stadium. This is worthy of the stadium. So yeah, I definitely think that you guys should get a hold of his album, Good Folk, Bad Folk. Contact Hadyn Ward on Facebook to get your copy. Where can they find you on Facebook? What is your
It's just under Hadyn Ward Music.
Okay.
And Hadyn Ward. We got it on SoundCloud. What else we got? I think it's Reverb Nation.
Okay. Yep.
There's a few songs up on YouTube. It's out there somewhere.
Cool.
It's just about to be put on iTunes. So we're just all in the process of getting this little baby up and running.
Cool. Well, I look forward to hearing more about your journey. And so thank you for coming on my show today.
No worries. Thank you, Sophia.
It's been enjoyable. It was really nice catching up with you, and I really wish you all the best. I'm actually quite excited for you because it's a killer album. So
Cheers.
Get one. You guys have to get one.
Cheers,
Thanks.
Sophia.
Okay,
Thanks,
say bye.
He hasn't landed, and he's always getting stranded, but ready for the next chain of events. Hey.